Hello, and welcome to Lab Assignment and Solution CIT-07-LS3, Integrating Demisto in Splunk. In this episode, we'll learn how to install Demisto, including the Demisto add-on and app for Splunk, and we'll install Demisto and integrate it into Splunk. This lab should take somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes, and the requirements is that you should have a basic working knowledge of Splunk. And as far as the environment and tools, you need VirtualBox, which I have here. You need pfSense running for a firewall/router and a DHCP server. You need Ubuntu running Splunk and Demisto. And I have Demisto here running on Ubuntu. Extra lab files as well. You need your Demisto suite WAR file, as well as the app for pfSense zip file here that we have. More context and background is in the textbook under Chapter 7, under Scene and SOAR. So let's get started. I'm going to tuck the VM Virtual Manager away, and I'm going to go into my Ubuntu box and make sure pfSense was started, and it was. And I'm going to Activities and type in term to get to a terminal session on my Ubuntu machine. And the first thing it says that I have to drag and drop a WAR file onto the desktop. So I'm going to open my downloads folder on my host machine. And in my host machine, I have the WAR files over here, the Demisto suite. So I'm going to drag and drop that over into the desktop. And keep in mind that the reason why I can do this is because I have the guest additions add-on, and I have enabled drag and drop capabilities. So this is copying over. I can close out the folder, and I can go over to page 5 and look at step 3, and you see that I have copied it over, and now I have the Demisto suite file here. Okay, so now that I have it on the desktop, I can actually open a terminal session right in here, open in terminal. And I have my file. I'm just going to do an ls. And I see that I have it there, and it says that in step 3, I have to extract this file, extract the Demisto suite file. So I'm going to go ahead and do that using the tar command minus xvf, and we're going to follow this, and it has expanded the folder, and I'm just going to do an ls command, and I see I now have the Demisto suite here. So I'm going to, step 4 says cd into that folder. And it says chmod of that file. So I'm going to chmod plus x. And we're going to the Demisto server. sh. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see the full commands here. And that looks fine. And then excuse me, I'm going to run this command by typing the run command. We want to have fun too, but that's not what we're looking here. And I want a sudo .demisto. And of course, it's the sudo command, so I'm going to be prompted for my password, and it's verifying the archive and the integrity. That whole process took about 15 seconds. I'm at step 7. It says when the end user license agreement appears, press Q. So I'm going to press Q on my VM. It asks me, do I want to accept the terms of the end user license agreement? The answer is yes. So I'm actually going to type in the word yes here, and it's installing Docker. Now it says if the installation fails, continue by pressing enter. Docker is not necessary for this lab. In this case, it's going to install Docker. I'm going to let it install. That whole process took about 5 minutes again. It asked us an updated version of Git was installed. It asked us if we want to start the server at step 15. The answer is yes. And we were done with lab task 1 of CIT-07-L3. The next portion will go into lab task 2, Demisto integration with Splunk.